Salute, salute, salute. This thing is so choppy, man. 5G is trash. Salute, salute. TB the Fanchise here live at Rucker Park. Salute to Knicks Nation, man. We are outside New York City, legendary Rucker Park. Coming to you live, man. And I want to talk about this Dame Lillard trade. Dame Dollars going to the Milwaukee Bucks in an absolute blockbuster trade. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? Dame going to Milwaukee. Then we got DeAndre Ayton going to Phoenix. And the blockbuster moves, man. Blockbuster moves. And DeAndre Ayton going to the Blazers. And the Phoenix Suns getting a number of role players from the Blazers, including Yusuf Nurkic. They're getting Nas Little. They're getting Keon Johnson. I like that pickup. And they're getting Grayson Allen. So, good pickup for the Phoenix Suns, man. I like this deal. Number one, let's talk about it from Milwaukee's side, right? Obviously, you're getting Dame. 32 points per game last year. It's Dame Dollars. What's there not to like? Giannis put a lot of pressure on that front office to make moves, or else he's out of there. And they came and delivered. They delivered him Dame Dollars, Dame time in Milwaukee. So for them, look, they get one of the best offensive players to ever play the game, one of the best in the league right now. To pair with the Greek Freak, that's going to be the best tandem in the NBA, hands down, by far, easily. Best tandem in the NBA is going to be Dame and the Greek Freak. So listen, for Milwaukee, they were already going to be contenders with the current team that they had with Jrue Holiday and those guys. Now when they get Dame, how much better will they be? I think it depends on how well they defend. Because in losing Jrue Holiday, they lose one of the best, if not the best, perimeter defender in the NBA. And so that's tough. But it's a clear upgrade offensively because Jrue Holiday was not helping the Bucks offensively in the playoffs. I mean, last 3 years, I believe his true shooting percentage was sub 40. So that's not good. That's not good. So look, for the Bucks, good move. Now let's look at it from the Blazers side, because obviously all the talk was about Miami. Dame's going to Miami. It's Miami a bust. And, a lot of question marks in terms of Miami's package. Would they have enough to offer? Is Portland interested in that? And according to Woj, Miami wasn't even in the mix. He said nothing really was serious between Portland and Miami. So that was very interesting. But one thing we got to learn in these trade deals is that, especially when a player doesn't have leverage. We saw it last year with Spider. There's always a sleeper team. There's always a sleeper team out there. Everybody says, it's Miami. And we heard it was Toronto. I believe Toronto was interested, but I didn't think that was going to happen. It didn't really make sense for either team. I didn't think Toronto's trade package was that much interesting either. But nevertheless, Milwaukee comes in at the last minute and gets Dame. Unbelievable, man. So if you know a Miami Heat fan, tell them, so too bad. Sorry, Riles. You don't get your guy. Live from Rucker Park, CP the Fanchise here. What's good? Salute. So from the Blazers side, they get Ayton. They get a 2029 unprotected first-round pick, and then pick swaps for 28 and 30. Now, they get Jrue Holiday as well. The intention is to trade Jrue Holiday. They don't intend to keep Jrue Holiday. So for right now, I'm giving them a grade of an incomplete, because right now it's looking a little bit lackluster. I like how they took a chance on Ayton, 25 years old. He can go to a rebuild, regain his reputation, reclaim himself, find himself again, and not be under so much pressure that he was with the Suns. I think that was a good pickup for them. I think his potential ceiling is better than what a potential you could get from a Tyler Hero if Miami would have went through it. So I don't blame Portland for going in that direction. Now comes the challenge of what do they get for Jrue Holiday? What do they get for Jrue Holiday? He's a guy, he's got 2 years left on his deal. He's got a player option going into the 24-25 season. What do they get for him? What is Jrue Holiday worth right now in the open market? I mean, you got to figure that he's going to go to a contender who's going to be hot after the services. A rebuilding team doesn't make sense. he's going to go to a contender. But how much is what's the price? And if the price is low, then that price for Portland that they paid for Dame, that they sold Dame for, I mean, it's kind of lackluster. It's kind of lackluster, not gonna lie to you. But let's see it all depends on what they get for Drew Holiday. It all depends on what they get for Drew Holiday. But according to Woj, Holiday's on the move. How about the Clippers? I would love to see Holiday go to the Clippers. I like that move for the Clippers instead of Harden. I like Holiday I like Holiday for the Clippers. Jay says Portland got to trade Holiday for a wing. I mean, they're rebuilding, so I mean, I don't really think they have needs per se. They just got to get younger, get under the cap, and move forward. So for Portland, I'm giving them an incomplete. For the Suns, I like it. They got the depth that they needed. We all knew that the depth that they were going to need for this team had to come at the expense of DeAndre Ayton. It was just a question of whether or not they're going to trade him in the offseason or trade deadline and trade him next year and maybe experiment with the big three that they have. But they chose to go and get rid of him and get some good depth, man. I like the depth that they got with Grayson Allen. I like Keon Johnson with Portland. I like Nas Little. And I like Nurkic. You know, a lot of people didn't understand. And shout out to John Gambadoro, covers the Suns for Phoenix Sun Sports Radio. He's been on it. He's been on everything. He was on the Bradley Beal stuff, and he was on the Ayton for Nurkic stuff from like last week. So anyway, with Nurkic, you know, a lot of people say, well, Ayton is way better than Nurkic, and I agree with that. You're getting a young player. Ayton is 18-10 player, still offensively better than Nurkic. But when you have KD, you got Beal, and you got and Book. Ayton is not. His role is no longer going to be what you expect from a number one pick, right? Like somebody's got to sacrifice. There's only one ball, and you already got three high volume, high usage players in Beal and KD and Book. So you need a guy that's going to do the dirty work. And even though Nurkic has durability question marks, he's going to do the dirty work. He's going to get gritty, you know, get some boards, play tough, use his size, play physical. He's not going to stop Jokic. Nobody's going to stop Jokic. Ayton wasn't going to do that either. But I think Nurkic could probably play the role that they're looking for under Frank Vogel a little bit better than Ayton, even though they didn't take a chance on Ayton. I would have liked to have seen that. They decided not to. But I think Nurkic is a guy, if he stays healthy, that can kind of just dig and get it out the mud for them a little bit more than what they needed from Ayton. So I think Phoenix upgraded very well. They solved their depth issues. They're going to be ready to run come this season if they all stay healthy. They're going to be very interested to look at a lot of depth as well. Like I said, Milwaukee Bucks hit it out the park. Good job. We'll see how they defend. How do they defend? Offense, I'm not worried about. How do they defend at the perimeter, at the point of attack with Dame? That's going to be left to be seen because they lost defense in Grayson Allen and Drew Holiday. They lost defense in Allen and Drew Holiday. So they're taking a defensive hit to get a little bit more star power. See how that works out for them. But for them, you know, I said it a couple of days ago when Giannis was making his noise, the only way to upgrade a team was going to be either trading Drew Holiday or trading Chris Middleton. They went with the former, and they got a blockbuster out of it. So that was a great job by them. Keeps the Greek Freak happy. Now he's got to deliver. But with Dame, look, you get one of the best offensive players in the game and a bona fide closer. You don't got to worry about the Greek Freak having to seal a game from the free throw line for you or having to find his jump shot in the event the team kind of walls off the paint and prevents him from driving and takes away his aggressiveness. You got Dame time, 40 feet, unlimited range. You got the best closer in the game. So that's how it all shakes up. Now for the Knicks, what does that mean for us? A lot of you guys in the chat say, we're not getting anybody. Look, man, we were never going to be in the Dame hunt. The Giannis thing was going to be a future pipe dream. It still is, you know. I always thought it was Spider and Embiid are the targets. Spider and Embiid are the targets. So we'll just wait and see, man. You know, none of those were going to be realistic targets for the Knicks this year. Anyway, So we'll just have to see how it goes. Now, a lot of you guys are talking about Drew Holiday for the Knicks. I mean, it just seems like every time a player becomes available, you guys just want to throw him on the Knicks. Like, you got to be able to fit. You got to fit on the Knicks. And look, I love Drew Holiday. He's a great perimeter defender. But are you really going to trade future assets for a 33-year-old player with 2 years left on his deal? I didn't really think it necessarily made sense for the Knicks. It didn't make sense. Right, Efren Lopez, he's kind of expensive on the old side. Those type of guys, those are true contender trades. Like, if you're Drew Holiday away from really winning it. We're not there yet. We're like 2 more pieces away. Or maybe 1. But that, you make a Drew Holiday trade for your Knicks if you're like 1 piece. If he's the last piece that you need to take to the top. They weren't there. They weren't there. Yeah, Drew Holiday been in the league for a minute. Drew Holiday played with AI, man. Omar Lewis, not Miami man, get Drew. Yeah, I think Miami might jump in there. I think Miami might jump in there. But what we've seen with Miami, it just seemed like, look, they didn't feel like getting rid of the whole war chest to get Dame. I just feel like they weren't interested in getting rid of the whole war chest in terms of Hero, Jokic, Jaime Jaquez, couple of picks. Looks like they weren't ready to give all that up. Or some people are crying foul, like this is some sort of collusion between Milwaukee and Portland trying to freeze Miami out. Could it be? Were they after a Miami tax, like the Knicks and Donovan Mitchell? Is that possible? Certainly possible. Certainly possible. But it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, JG. I don't care. Freeze Miami out here. Screw Pat Riley, man. You can't get everything. So now the Heat, forget about the Heat. They're out of here. They're taking a step back. But if they get Drew Holiday, of course, that all changes. Salute to Frank White. Frank White, what's good? We at the Rucker, man. Live at the Rucker. At the Rat. Yo, I hate this 5G, man. This 5G is so sluggish. And the frames are so slow. It's unbelievable, man. What's going on with 5G? I thought we were supposed to be technologically advanced. Yes. Yeah. The day of the Geechee is over. Pat the Rat got played. Well, leverage, man. Dame had like 3 years left in his contract. You don't got leverage. There's 30 teams in the NBA that can play in the game. Now with Dame, of course, his market was going to be limited to mostly contenders, right? He's aging, still great, but he's aging and he's making a ton of money and a big contract. So, and he wants to play for a contender, and you want to make him happy. So the options were going to be limited. We knew Miami. I thought outside chance, Philly. That was really it, man. I mean, the Milwaukee thing really came out of left field, but you got to understand, with 3-team, 4-team trades, you could have scenarios where it makes sense for all teams involved financially and from an asset standpoint. And so you look at Milwaukee like, damn, they only had to get... Next chick, would you like to say some words on the trade?
No, I just want to say that had I been here in time for Force, I would have beat Josh Hart.
Yes. So we were actually here to see Josh Hart play horse against Knicks fans. Shout out to Anthony MSG. Who nearly beat Josh Hart. Yeah. We didn't see it. We totally did not see it.
But the trade is crazy.
My man, look how he felt.
It was very close to game.
Yeah.
Josh Hart won on a reverse dunk, and that was just...
Yeah.
Anthony should have won, but I think they were just trying to give it to Josh Hart.
They had Josh on the ropes. Anthony had Josh on the ropes, right?
They had to give it to him. Or else it would make like some Daily News article.
Yeah.
With that.
So it was HOR. Oh, no, because this was sponsored by OWN.
Yeah.
OWN, which is a protein drink company. They're sponsored by OWN, so they weren't playing horse. They were playing OWYN. So I guess it was OWY. Both Anthony, MSG, and Josh Hart had OWY. And then Josh Hart pulls out a reverse dunk. Damn. That's
kind of scary that it got that close though.
That's tough. Santana says, CP, give us a realistic player we can get. Please don't mention Spider. I mean, you want realistic, but you don't want realistic. I mean, what else do you want me to tell you? Yeah, what do you want me to tell you? Magic Johnson? I mean, look, Spider's going to be out there.
Magic Johnson,
Look, Spider's going to be out there to be had. That's first. And Embiid right now is a pipe dream. Spider's going to be out there. But you're going to have to compete. Leverage. You don't have it, you're out there against the entire NBA. So you got to be ready to pay. If they really want them, they got to go get them.
You're going to have to give up some stuff.
You're going to have to give up some stuff.
It's worth it to get a start like Spider. Also, Joel Embiid would be amazing. He would bring a lot of.
Yeah.
He's an amazing center. He would
Yeah.
really be the guy.
Yeah.
That would be weak for sure. But Embiid had. Wow, all the stars.
I think, Spidey, you don't want to hear that. That's the most realistic. I mean, we're talking about all-star caliber talent, right? Right now, I think it's Spidey. Everybody's locked up. Luka's locked up. Luka's locked up.
Wants to be here.
Giannis is locked up. KD's is locked up. Anthony Edwards is locked up.
You gotta go after Spidey.
Locked up.
But overall, Milwaukee's going to be a team to beat.
They are going to be the team to beat. So anyway, yeah, that's it from the Rucker, man. We'll be live on the NBA Report tomorrow, breaking down the trades some more. And then we got John Smith coming on KFTV. Yeah, shout out to Luke. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We need to be at about 100. CP the Fanchise live from Rucker Park. We're wrapping up. Came here for the horse tournament and missed the whole thing, but it's all good, man. Shout out to my guys for having us, and shout out to Owen for having us as well. He says you can do a live on YouTube short. I'm not sure. It's double BLU. How you feeling? Salute. Maybe we can wait for Tatum in 2028. Hey.
I mean, it's like
listen,
our 9-year
thing.
We did in 2010, we did in 2019.
Old Duff said 5G. Yeah, you sound like Robocop. Yeah, 5G is horrendous, man. It is horrendous, man. I can't believe it. Frank White said, "Are you getting on the court?" Yeah, the Knicks chick wants a piece of me, man. We trying to find a ball.
Wait.
Yeah, she's been wanting that smoke. Yeah.
He's playing Josh Hart next.
I might have to take it to the courts after dinner. All right. Yeah, she wants a piece of me, man. So, I'm gonna go take care of that. And yeah, man, everybody have a good night. See you guys tomorrow on KFTV. John Smell coming through, and we'll be live on NBA Report, man. So everybody have a good night. Peace.